What is a force? The basic concept of force is actually really simple and something that you're very familiar with. A force is just a push or a pull. We deal with forces all day, every day. For example, anytime you push open a door, that push is a force. Anytime you lift a bag of groceries, that pull is a force. So forces are something you're probably more familiar with than you think. Even though forces are everyday things, analyzing them for physics and engineering can be tricky sometimes. Here are a few key ideas about forces to keep in mind to make that part easier. First, forces are vectors. They act in a direction and they have some magnitude or strength to them. This is why we typically draw them as arrows in diagrams. Treating forces as vectors gives us a lot of mathematical tools to analyze them. For some situations, breaking a force apart into subforces that give the same result can be handy. For others, combining several forces into a single net force may make more sense. Understanding vectors makes understanding forces much easier. Second, forces can't exist on their own. There can't be a push without something doing the pushing and something that's being pushed. Whatever is doing the pushing or pulling is called the agent of the force, and whatever is being pushed or pulled is called the object of the force. In order for there to be a force, there must be both an agent and an object. Identifying the things pushing or pulling on an object is the easiest way to identify the forces acting on that object. Third, there are two categories of forces: contact and long range. Most forces are contact forces, and this means that the agent and object have to be physically touching in order for a force to exist. There are a few forces, like gravity and magnetism, that don't require the agent and object to be in contact for the force to exist. In the grocery bag example earlier, the pull from your hand up on the handle of the bag is an example of a contact force. The weight of the bag, which is just the force of Earth's gravity pulling down on the bag, would be an example of a long-range force. Keeping these three key ideas in mind will help you better identify and analyze forces for physics and engineering problems.